Magnificent deep divers, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone right now who's in nature, raising the frequency. Shout out to everyone who's raising the vibration, okay? I'm feeling good, deep divers, because anytime I'm in nature, it just reminds me that this earth is pretty beautiful. Like, we got birds. Okay, a bird just flew over there. We got the cat down the road over there. I'm surrounded by trees and leaves, deep divers. And I'm, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Sending you all tons of good ass energy today. Take that, take that, take that. I hope you are taking care of yourself, deep divers. I hope you are getting out into nature, okay? Now, I got a beautiful message from a wonderful deep diver who's like, Ralph, thank you so much for making videos on everything that's happening on the planet with a lockdown, with the COVID-19, really just encouraging us all to stay positive. And that's what I'm here to do, because a lot of people are going through it right now. A lot of people have lost homes, they've lost businesses, they've lost their livelihood. And I'm here to remind you, if that's you, you will get through this. You will get through this stronger. Doing a little samba, baby. They can't break us because they didn't make us. Slow motion this side. Back in the day, I remember watching Braveheart. William Wallace said this: "They may take our lives, but they will never take our freedom." Okay? That's like an epic line in that film, Braveheart. Now, it made me think of, in medieval times, they would fight to protect their freedoms. In ancient times, they would also fight to protect their freedoms. In fact, freedom was sacred. And when I look at what's happening in the world right now, I see a lot of people in this matrix being programmed by false evidence appearing real. They call it fear. And a lot of people are no longer protecting their freedoms. Their freedom of speech. Their freedom to do a little samba, baby. Their freedom of thought. And therefore, because a lot of people don't have that spirit, it's slowly being taken away from them. And we are slowly entering a prison world. The chosen ones ain't having it. The deep divers ain't having it. We are entering new earth. And we are watching how old earth is still collecting people's souls. The great Krishnamurti said this, deep divers, wonderful mind, Krishnamurti, okay? He said this: "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." Ralph Smart said this in his book, Feel Alive: "The universe reveals its secrets to those who dare to follow their hearts." I also said this: if you don't stand up and protect your freedom, if you don't fight for what you want, you will have time to cry for what you lost. And we are living in very intense times on the planet. So much is happening so fast. But we must always remind ourselves that we came here to be free. And this video is entitled, "Don't Fall For It." Okay? Because many times in this matrix, the inorganic ones will tell you it's for your safety, which is a code word for control. Look, the cat down the road's like, we ain't having it. Let's just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Another glorious day. Don't fall for it. Now, The reason why I'm saying that is because when I talk of becoming your greatest version, a lot of us, we have people in our lives who are telling us one thing. We have the media in our lives who are telling us another thing. We have the government telling us another thing. And because of that, a lot of us, we lose our own original thought. We lose how we see the world. And in actuality, that is the most important thing ever. Back in the day, deep divers, when I was studying, I had a lot of people saying, Ralph, go and work here, go and work there. But I had dreams of my own. And I was almost going to listen to everyone else around me. Then the universe spoke to me and said, Ralph, follow your heart. Because the universe reveals its secrets to those who dare to follow their hearts. And that couldn't be more fitting for the times we are living in. Right now, we all have to become brave hearts. We all have to stand up and protect our freedoms. We all have to dare to follow our hearts when everyone around us is telling us how to live. We have to know thyself. There's a great work, Plato's Cave, okay, from the Republic. And it tells the story of how prisoners are trapped inside of a cave, and behind them is a fire. And there are people walking behind that fire as well, and it's casting shadows on the wall of the cave. And these people who are imprisoned inside of the cave believe that this is reality because they see these shadows on the wall. Okay, now one prisoner gets his ass out of there and he realizes that, gosh, I've been living in an entire illusion in the cave. I've been deceived. So he now is confronted with the truth. He goes back inside of the cave and tells people that, hey, you are living in a false reality. And guess what they tell him? Be quiet. I don't believe you. That's allegory, Plato's Cave. And it ties into what is happening on the planet right now. Stay woke. Make sure your third eye is open, or your first eye is open. Because many people, even your own friends and family, are going to convince you you are going crazy because you are starting to wake up. You're starting to see the veil lift, the veil of illusion. Your eyes are starting to open. You're not crazy. You're just waking up. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? Don't fall for it. Growing up, deep divers, I went to a school where a lot of people just wanted to hang out in the club and drink alcohol on the weekends. I suppose that's what a lot of teenagers want to do, right? They want to break the rules. But I realized, oh my gosh, I was never drawn to that energy. And I'm like, all I need is water, pH 9, pH 10, and I'm good to go. Get my body alkaline and I'm good to go. I don't need alcohol to have a good time. Then I asked myself, why is the club always dark? We can't see each other. Then I realized they call it a club because you are being clubbed to death. And they call alcohol spirits because you have an entity taking over your body, now controlling your behavior, right? Don't fall for it, Ralph. So even back then, I had to listen to myself. I had to trust my intuition. Working 12 hours a day. Don't fall for it, Ralph. I used to work very hard when I was in the Matrix, plugged in. But I would come home to have no energy for the life I was working for. Don't get a job just over broke that drains all your energy and takes away all your time, only to come home to have no time or energy for the life you're working for. Slow motion this side. Don't fall for it, Ralph. Education. A lot of us, we were told his story, which means his story. We don't even know our story. Don't fall for it, Ralph. A great book that really opened my mind, The Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization by Anthony T. Browder. Thank you, Anthony. You helped me realize who I really was, who I really am, because I was being taught a lie my entire life. And education emanates from the Latin educare, which means to bring out. But in this matrix education, they put in deceit, lies. Now let's talk about everything that's happening on the planet. Don't fall for it. I'm just watching how the media manipulate people, how they mind control people, and how they put out fear constantly. But I watch the news, deep divers. Huh? You do, Ralph? Yes. I watch the news to see what they're not saying. Slow motion this side. And there's a whole lot of things they are not saying. One, let love guide you, not fear. They're not saying that. They're not telling you there is nothing to be afraid of. They're not telling you you are a spiritual being having a human experience. They're not telling you you will get through this stronger. Instead, they're only giving you fear. So how we empower ourselves today is to learn every single day to not drink the Kool-Aid, not focus on everything happening out there, and instead tune into who we really are. We are infinite beings. We are so powerful. It's unbelievable. Don't fall for it that you are this victim, powerless individual with no power. No, we are so powerful. That's why they have to censor us. That's why they have to hide the truth. Because if enough people come together, and it's happening, millions of people are waking up, and it's going to happen, it's over for the inorganic ones, and it's already over for them. They know that. Don't fall for it. Now, a great story, the Tower of Babel, okay? The Tower of Babel. From the book of Genesis, if we realize that this is allegory as well, okay? Once upon a time on planet Earth, people only had one language. They could communicate with each other. They understood each other. And it was beautiful. But one day they decided to build this tower. Now, the story goes, God didn't like this because they were too prideful, okay? They wanted to become God themselves. So now the punishment was for them to be divided, and each one of them had a different language. And this is where we get multiple languages from, okay? And this is allegory. Now, if we look at that story, the Tower of Babel, what it's really talking about is human separation. That once upon a time on this planet, we only had one language. And this is true. We only had the language of love, okay? We only had the language of love. Throughout time, that has changed. We have thousands of languages, okay? And because of this, there's a disconnect. People feel separated. They feel different from other people. But the truth is that we are all one, okay? Separation is born out of ego. Separation is the greatest illusion ever created. So we have to remind ourselves that we are one. And this is how we free ourselves from everything happening. I'm your brother. You're my sister. We got to say this to our fellow human beings, ladies and fellas, okay? We are brothers and sisters. One language. The language of love. We got to remind ourselves that the inorganic ones want people separated. They want to divide people because divided we fall, united we stand. And that's why they're separating people every single day. John Lennon said this in the song Imagine. Imagine there's no countries. Imagine it's not hard to do. And we have to remind ourselves in the new earth, there will be no countries. There will only be one religion as well, and that will be the religion of love. Slow motion this side. We are returning to the golden age. The age of Aquarius is upon us. And now the lies are being exposed. We are now reclaiming our power. Remind yourself of this every single day. Don't fall for it. False light. I grew up believing how these rappers and singers were in their music videos. This was the life they were actually living. No, when you get a record advance, let's say 10 million, that's actually a loan. You got to pay it back, right? So a lot of the times we've been sold illusions through the TV, which tells lies to your vision. They got us all believing in a lie. And right now, people are starting to wake up. They're starting to see the truth. They're no longer falling for it. They're no longer drinking the Kool-Aid, and they are empowering themselves. They're no longer believing that everything that glitters is gold. They're starting to realize that actually the devil wears Prada. Listen, deep divers, don't fall for it. Trust is within. Hope is within. Guidance is within. For far too long in this matrix, we've been waiting for the babysitter. We've been waiting to be spoon-fed. We've been waiting to be led somewhere. The great Krishnamurti also said, have you ever wondered why we have leaders? You are supposed to be leading yourself out of bondage into wisdom. Don't fall for it. This world, the inorganic ones want to turn it into a police state. That's why they're finding people left, right, center. If you don't have a face mask on, right? 1984, George Orwell. If you want a vision of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. Listen, if we collectively focus on the world we want, on the world we are worthy to live in, we can manifest that. So how we solve this problem is to take back our attention, take back our focus, to realize whatever you focus on grows. Focus on love, not fear. Don't fall for it. Millions of people are waking up. They want to tell you that people are not waking up. They want to tell you people are not waking up. No, millions are waking up. And I want to shout out to everyone. If you are on the front lines, putting out the truth for people, getting people to open up their minds, more, congratulations, because you are part of the awakening, the great awakening that's happening on the planet. And it won't be stopped. It can't be stopped because we are the future. It's time to stop acquiescing. It's time to stop being silent. It's time to be like William Wallace and say, they will never take my freedom. It's time to start eating to live. It's time to come out into nature because this is not a healthy breeding ground for healthy human beings. And they don't want you to be human. They want you to be AI, artificial intelligence with those drops. Listen, we got to take our power back and we got to stay human. We got to remind ourselves that inside of us are the answers. The answers are inside of us. We don't need Google to find them. Slow motion this side. So remind yourself, deep divers, The world is yours. Celebrate life. Remove fear from your life. Trust yourself. But always say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers. I'm just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. It is time. It is time for community once again. To form a new awakening community worldwide. I'm doing it. We all have to do that. We all have to unite right now more than ever. Shout out to everyone who's been getting the wonderful Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you are a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart who's not falling for it, and you want to model the Good Ass Prana shirts, okay, let me know why you have what it takes to model the clothing. Add me on the verified Instagram page Deep Divers for more daily inspiration. At official Ralph Smart, at Infinite Waters, and Facebook at Ralph Smart, at Infinite Waters. Check out the new book, Deep Divers, for more daily inspiration. Life-changing information. That even rhymes, okay? Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. You see, the sun just came out, Deep Divers, so beautifully. And that is hope. There is always hope. When they tell you there is none, they're lying. We will get through this stronger. We will rise from the ashes of the matrix and create the new earth. Ooh, I like that. Have a beautiful day, Deep Divers. Peace. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy, peace. You just, woo, breathe in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day, Deep Divers. Peace.